Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is just another podcast with Mick. And as you can see, the setup is a little bit different. Usually I am seated on the floor, but if I'm being honest, I haven't vacuumed in quite some time now. So I thought, I don't want to sit on the floor today. I want to sit on the couch. Also, I want to use this super flimsy and cheap boom arm that I bought for one of my reviews. So yeah, that's why this looks like this. So yeah, it's good. It's good to change things up every now and then. So yeah, life has been a little hectic and a little busy. That's why my upload schedule has been a little whack. I told myself that 2022 is going to be the year where I upload weekly, but obviously that didn't happen. I think I was able to pull it off for about 6 videos, and then it just kind of fell apart because I do have to work like 32 to 40 hours a week, plus I have school at night, and then I actually have to write scripts, shoot the videos, and edit the videos. So yeah, obviously it wasn't going to happen. But yeah, I think I'm going to be uploading maybe twice a month, just so it's a little more consistent every other week, that kind of thing. It's better than just uploading every now and then whenever I can erratically. So yeah, that's pretty much the life update. Life has been very tiring. Anyway, so today I thought maybe let's talk about the life of a novice tech YouTuber. You know, just like being a noob on tech YouTube. Like, let's talk about that. So, before we get started, as usual, we have a few drinks on the podcast. So, yeah, feel free to have a drink with me. Cheers. Okay, so what's it like being new to tech YouTube, being a newbie, basically? And to give a little brief background on the channel, I didn't always used to upload tech and camera gear related videos. I used to upload a lot of travel videos. For some reason, I thought that it was a good idea to do that. And honestly, I have no idea why I thought that it was going to work out and why I held on to that for so long, even though it wasn't working out. I enjoyed doing it at first, but then towards the like 20 videos, like it got very stressful because I was always stressing about how I was going to make the video, how I was going to talk to the camera, what the b-roll was going to be like. I was stressing about so many things that I ended up not enjoying the actual travel destination, which was no fun for anybody. But anyway, yeah, I uploaded travel videos for, let's say, 2 years inconsistently. But then the pandemic hit, right? And I was at a crossroads. Like, am I going to stop making YouTube videos just because I can't upload my crappy travel videos? Of course not. Of course not, right? So we had to experiment and try out different videos. And this is where I made mostly like talking head videos, talking about stuff like movies, TV series, what I was doing in the pandemic. I was making silent vlogs and just trying new things. And regardless of how crappy, being in quarantine and the pandemic was, it was still, there was a lot of growth for me as a creator, and just like growth, talking to the camera, all that good stuff. So yeah, there was still some progress there, regardless of how crappy things were. But at the end of 2020, I was gifted an iPad Air 4, which was a very relevant piece of tech because it was the very first iPad to take after the iPad Pro, which had like an all display design, like no more chins, no more Touch ID home button, no more big bezels. It was just display, and it looked beautiful. It was the very first one that wasn't a pro model, so it wasn't as expensive. So I was gifted that, and I thought, this is going to be a hot topic. Everybody is going to want to get this, probably. So I thought maybe I'll make an unboxing video, like finally get into tech YouTube, because this is always something I've wanted to get into. I've always been somebody who was into tech growing up. I always watched videos and read articles about different phones, different laptops. And anytime anybody would ask me for any kind of advice, I would be so happy to help them out with their buying decision. One of my hobbies, honestly, like even today, would be like just walking around the mall in the tech area. So like in the Philippines, like a major mall like SM, there's this place they call Cyberzone. I love just like walking around there, like not even just going to the stores, because they're going to talk to you and be like, ma'am, what do you need? And I'm like, I don't need anything. I just want to stare at stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't really go into the stores. I would just window shop. But I really love just like walking around and looking at tech. So yeah, this has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to make tech videos for quite some time now. It's just, I was so scared of changing the dynamic of the channel so drastically, from travel videos to tech videos. So yeah, when I got the iPad Air 4, it was like, it's time. It's go time. Let's go. And, I watch a lot of unboxing videos. I love unboxing videos. So I was very familiar with the concept. So I got my camera out. I only had one camera at the time. I had to borrow another camera from my uncle just to get the second angle. And then I made the jankiest setup just to get my S10 Plus for an overhead shot. So I was so nervous because, this is a completely different niche. It's like, will anybody even watch this video? So I'm so scared. Like, it's not even going to make it to 100 views. But luckily, it made about 1,000. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but to a small creator, 1,000 views is so much. And I was so happy that it actually made that. And it inspired me to continue. And I made a review. I made a review of the iPad Air 4, which made about 3,000. So yeah, it did pretty good. So I was like, hey, maybe this is the niche for me. Maybe I can start making tech videos and actually really enjoy it. Yeah. And around December of 2020, I bought a new camera, the Fujifilm X-S10, which is what I am shooting on right now. I read so much and researched so much about the camera. And when I got it, I thought, why not unbox it and pretty much just talk about everything I learned about it while researching about it. And I did. So I did that and it did pretty well. I think it made about like 2,000 over 2 weeks, which was fan-frickin-tastic. But what really got me were the thank you comments. Because being on YouTube and making travel videos, you don't really get thank you comments. You get comments like, wow, that was really good B-roll. Like, cinematography was great. Singapore is such a beautiful country. The Philippines is a great place, blah, 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 blah. But you never really get, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This made me want to buy the camera. And it was just so crazy to me that, like, they said thank you because it really helped them in their buying decision. This isn't a friend that came to me. This is a person who searched the video, clicked on the video, and commented that. Like, that just kind of blew my mind. And I was so, so happy to receive comments like that. And I'm not sure if camera gear videos fall into the realm of tech on YouTube, but yeah, I felt pretty inspired to continue making camera videos. I really enjoy testing out cameras and lenses and all that good stuff. I made a few Fujifilm videos comparing like the 18 to 55 kit and the 15 to 45 kit. I reviewed my XE4, but the biggest video I have like on the channel is my XT200 overview, because I call it like the best budget hybrid, and it did so well. Like, it didn't hit immediately, but right now, as of making this video, it has over like 82,000 views, which is insane for a small creator. And it wasn't even my camera, which is cool, but like, all right. I was able to test it quite a lot, because anytime I met up with my friend, I was like, can you bring your camera? I want to test it out. I made an overview. I made an entire silent vlog just using that camera, and I made like using it as a YouTube camera. So yeah, this is not something I just like used once and made a video about. Like, I really spent time with it, which leads to another point, which Personally, I think people should give chances to creators with small followings. Okay, like I know when you're looking for something, like when you search on Google, of course you're going to look for the person with the most followers or with the most views, but I really think people should give people with like smaller followings a chance. And like I'm going to get to that. Okay? Hang on. The reason why is because I was really, really disappointed with how tech YouTube reacted to the iPad M1 Air. So the iPad Air 5, basically. So the iPad Air 5 was released a couple of months ago, and they put in the M1 chip, which isn't new. It's been out for a few years now. It was first announced on desktops and like the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro, and they were amazing. They were revolutionary chips that changed like the landscape of Apple computers and laptops. But on an iPad, it doesn't do all that much because the iPad is still limited to iPad OS and the fact that it doesn't have any professional apps. So when I heard that they put the M1 into the when I heard that they put the M1 chip into the iPad Air 5, I was just like, all right, interesting. But then like everybody on YouTube, almost all of the YouTubers that I follow, like really religiously watch their videos, they were all impressed by it, and they were saying like, this is the best deal for $599 and 64 gigabytes of storage. This is the best deal you could get right now, which honestly was a little absurd to me. $599 for 64 gigabytes of storage and a chip that you're probably not even going to utilize completely. I mean, I understand this was probably sent to them, and no, they probably weren't told to say all of that, but I feel like big creators sometimes forget that people are on tight budgets. You know what I mean? And like small creators definitely empathize with this, and I'm gonna get to that point in a bit. But yeah, personally, I was not impressed with the $599 price tag and M1 chip on the iPad Air 5, and everybody seemed to be raving on about it. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in that. I put so much work and thought into the videos that I make. Like I don't just make a review and like, okay, I'm just going to say whatever. It takes me weeks, like at the most, to write down script, to make sure I get everything to the dot, to get my point across and all of that. And I was so touched when somebody commented like, the way you present your videos so succinctly is great. Everything is straight to the point. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I had to look up the word succinctly. Okay, and it basically, I'm gonna look it up just so I can give the entire, like the meaning of the actual word succinctly. Okay, succinct is briefly and clearly expressed. So I was so touched by that because that's definitely what I go for. I try to make my videos not too long, not really short, but I just want to get my point across as clear as possible. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I have budget in mind. That's pretty much all I think about, honestly, because I myself am on a very strict budget. I don't just buy anything and, like, okay, I'm going to review this. Like, I have to really think about what I want to review because everything is out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where big YouTubers miss a lot on. Because, like, again, I don't think the Air 5 was an amazing product. Like, even with, like, the latest iPad OS update where you can finally use the iPad, like, DeX on Samsung, apparently it's only available for M1 chips. I think that's ridiculous, but whatever. That's another point. I still think that the iPad Air 4 is a really, really good tablet. It's never once freezed on me. It pretty much like crushes LumaFusion on an A14 chip, which is from 2 years ago. So I don't know. For me, the best deal, if you're looking for an iPad and you're looking at the Air 5, I say if you're on a very strict budget, go for the Air 4 because you can get the 256 gigabyte model for $599 on Best Buy. Whereas on the Air 5, you can only get that with 64 gigabytes, and it's pretty much the same tablet. Like, yes, you get a little bit more RAM, but honestly, again, it's never frozen up on me. It's never been a problem. You get the same display, you get a slightly better webcam, slightly better USB-C port, but yeah. Again, give small YouTubers a chance. So I'm going to circle back to the whole out-of-pocket thing, and that is my biggest struggle as an upcoming or like beginner tech YouTuber. Everything is out of pocket. Everything that I review on the channel, I pay for. Nobody is sending me anything. I don't have any sponsorships. Everything I review and make videos about is out of my own pocket, which is the hardest part. I'm a broke college student. I don't make a lot of money. I barely made any money back in the Philippines because I used to make like video projects for people or like a few product videos on Instagram, but very, very few. Like I was barely making anything, honestly. That's why I wanted to work here in the US, because I wanted to save up a little just in case I wanted to review something. And sometimes the stars do align. Like, for example, I wanted to buy a new laptop. And no, I did not just buy the MacBook Pro 14 just because it was new and it was shiny and it was kind of revolutionary in the world of Macs. I bought it because I needed to buy a laptop. And it just so happens that I could make a bunch of videos on it, right? So there's moments like that. But pretty much everything else, I have to be really, really smart and strategic with my money. I can't just buy something and like, yeah, I just bought it, but I can't make a video about it. Like, that's kind of the thing. That's the thing I struggle with the most right now, because I work hard and sometimes I just want to splurge my money and make myself happy. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I could buy something for my channel. I could buy something and review it and utilize it and help grow my channel. You know, it's stuff like that. Everything I have reviewed, I have paid for myself. Like my new Tab S8 review, paid for that myself. Although I did get some pretty good deals with like pre-order and trade-in, all of that. So yeah, I have to be like super strategic with all that stuff. But yeah, everything is pretty much out of pocket, and that makes it a little bit hard when buying things, because I always have to think about my channel. Like, will this improve my channel? Of course, again, like I said, things do align. Sometimes I buy things and I'm able to make videos about it while actually wanting those things. Like when I bought a new mic, I was able to make a video about that. Or like my most recent purchase, which is the Keychron K3 low profile mechanical keyboard. I found it on Instagram and I was like, that looks so good, I want to buy it. And it was kind of an impulse buy, but I was like, yeah, let's make a video about it. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people. Okay, that's the air conditioning system that gets very loud. I'm gonna be ending the video soon anyway. But yeah, I was like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who want a low profile keyboard that also has mechanical switches. So yeah, I thought, let's make a video. So yeah, that's pretty much the biggest struggle I have with tech YouTube, is just having to buy everything out of my own pocket. So brands, come on, sponsor your girl, send your girl stuff so I can keep making YouTube videos. But yeah, since the air conditioning is pretty loud, I am going to be ending the video here. It is 1:22 a.m. So yeah, I can't turn that off. People are going to get pissed off. That is pretty much that for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I forgot to drink this glass of wine while shooting this video because I was just on a solid rant. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.